or chance that you would hold on to play alongside Bryce?
As far as prove, I just think for me personally, just trying to go out there and just, be the best player I can be every night, both, as far as my game, but also just mentally, just staying, present and things of that nature. Like, knowing that the end is soon, not taking for granted, Tuesday night in the city that maybe I don't want to be in that night. But, like, seriously, like, let's lock in.
The cracks, were the problems that have presented themselves over the last 13 games, were they showing, do you think, prior to that, to this stretch?
I don't know. I'm not thinking that.
It was the NBA's Christmas showcase, but for LeBron James and the Lakers, it became a day of historic humiliation. Luka Dončić, the league's new crown prince, didn't just beat the Lakers, he systematically mocked and dismantled their era-defining superstar on national television. But the real shock came after the final buzzer. In a stunning off-script moment captured by microphones, Lakers majority owner Jeanie Buss was heard launching a furious, expletive-laden tirade directed not at her own team, but at LeBron James himself, blaming him for the franchise's rotten core. This wasn't just a loss. This was a public execution of a king by his own queen, moments after he was dethroned on the court. This is the story of the Christmas day that destroyed the LeBron James era in Los Angeles. The game was a masterpiece of public humiliation. From the opening tip, Luka Dončić operated with a chilling, calculated disrespect. He wasn't just playing to win, he was playing to erase LeBron James from relevance on his own holiday stage. The tactics were psychological warfare. Every time Luka scored on LeBron, a step-back three in his face, a driving layup where he used his body to shield the ball, he would hold his follow-through or stare just a beat too long, a silent, arrogant punctuation mark. He began deliberately hunting mismatches to get LeBron switched onto him, then would wave off screens, demanding the isolation. The message was clear: I want you. I want to break you. The most brutal moment came in the third quarter. After draining another deep three over LeBron's contest, Luka backpedaled down court. As he passed the Lakers bench, he locked eyes with LeBron, who was sitting with a towel over his head, and mimed putting a crown on his own head, then flicking it off with a dismissive wrist. The gesture was small, lightning fast, but captured perfectly by the broadcast's courtside camera. It wasn't a celebration for the crowd. It was a direct, personal message to the man he was replacing. Luka was conducting a live, nationally televised coronation by assassination, and the entire basketball world was watching the king bleed out in real time.
Down, but nevertheless, the Lakers came in and did a good job from the start, getting players involved. I thought LeBron James' shooting percentage was amazing. The bench for the Lakers did what they're supposed to do, and then all that data that Fisher gave us about Smith coming in early in the game, creative.
What media day is this for you?
Media day, double deuce, baby. Man, ain't nothing changed, man. It's media day. You just enjoy it. You have fun. Don't take it for granted. This is my first media day with my son, so that is pretty dope. Listen, I'm here with the Lakers, man. What more can you ask for?
The final buzzer sounded on a Mavericks blowout, but the true scandal was just beginning. As players shook hands and began to leave the court, a courtside microphone, likely meant to pick up ambient crowd noise, instead captured a conversation that was never meant for public consumption. The audio, slightly muffled but unmistakable, picked up the voice of Lakers owner Jeanie Buss. She was not speaking to the media, but to a small group of team executives and confidants in the tunnel leading to the owner's suite. Her tone was not one of disappointment, but of white-hot, seething fury. "I am done. I am fucking done," her voice crackled over the feed. "He's the goddamn problem. We built everything around him, gave him everything, and this is the rotten core he gives us? To be mocked in my house on Christmas?" There was a brief pause, the sound of shuffling, then the clearest, most damning line. "He's a statue of himself, all shine, no foundation, and he's sinking my franchise into the ground with him." The audio clip, lasting less than 20 seconds, was a nuclear bomb. It confirmed the worst-kept secret in the NBA, that the relationship between the franchise and its superstar was not just strained, but openly, viciously hostile at the highest level. The owner wasn't blaming the coach, the role players, or bad luck. She was blaming the face of her franchise, the man she had handed the keys to the kingdom, for its very decay. In one unguarded moment, she had publicly declared LeBron James a liability, not a legend.
My support group and kind of just talk through it and see what happens, and then just have a conversation with myself on how long I want to continue to play.
What will you remember most about tonight?
Just going up to that score table with my dad, checking in for the first time. That's a crazy moment I will never forget.
As you checked in and you realized this lifelong dream, what did you realize about accomplishing that?
In the hyper-controlled environment of an NBA arena, a hot mic moment of this magnitude is not an accident. It's a catastrophic systems failure with intentional consequences. The path this audio took from a private tunnel to the global internet reveals a stunning breach. The sound was first picked up by Ambient Mic 7, a microphone positioned near the tunnel entrance for broadcast atmosphere. Normally, this feed is heavily monitored and filtered by the broadcast truck's audio engineers before any sound goes to air. However, in the immediate chaos of the post-game blowout, with crews scrambling to wrap the national broadcast, the raw feed was allegedly left open or hot for a brief window. This is where the story turns from error to execution. According to industry sources, the raw, unfiltered audio from all ambient mics is also recorded locally onto a multi-track backup server for post-production review. Access to this server is highly restricted. The theory gaining traction among media analysts is that an individual with legitimate technical access, a disgruntled broadcast technician, or even a rogue employee within the Lakers' own video-audio department deliberately isolated the 20-second clip and leaked it. The method was professional. The clean audio file, free of broadcast commentary, appeared not on a gossip site, but on a niche, credible sports media forum known for insider leaks. It was uploaded anonymously with precise timestamp metadata matching the end of the game. This was not a blurry phone recording. It was a surgical digital leak from inside the production fortress itself. Whether motivated by personal grievance, a desire for chaos, or a hidden agenda, the leaker didn't just capture a moment, they weaponized it, proving that in the modern arena, there are no truly private conversations, only conversations that haven't been leaked yet.
With everything that you've accomplished, where does playing alongside your son rank, especially considering everything that he's overcome?
Number one, for sure. That's easy. That's not even close. I mean, to be able to play the game that I love and to be able to be. If you ask me what I feel like was my best season that I had, where I felt the most complete as a basketball player, I would say 2018, 2017-18 season, I felt.
The fallout from the dual assaults, Luka's on-court mockery, and Jeanie Buss' leaked tirade was instantaneous and catastrophic. The Los Angeles Lakers were no longer just a losing basketball team, they were a global spectacle of institutional collapse. Within the organization, a state of paralyzed panic set in. There was no immediate public statement from the team. The communications department, utterly overwhelmed, went dark. Privately, a civil war erupted. Factions aligned with LeBron and Rich Paul of Klutch Sports reportedly viewed the owner's comments as an unforgivable betrayal and the ultimate proof of a dysfunctional front office that blames its superstar for its own failures. The other faction, those who have long harbored resentment over LeBron's influence, saw Buss's words as a long overdue truth finally spoken aloud. For LeBron James, the calculus of his future changed overnight. The fundamental owner-superstar partnership that underpins every major contract had been publicly atomized. How can he negotiate a future with an owner who, in a moment of raw honesty, called him a rotten core and a sinking statue? The business relationship was now irreparably poisoned. Every future interaction with the front office would be shadowed by the knowledge of her true, contemptuous feelings. The broader NBA world reacted with a mix of horror and opportunism. Rival executives began discreetly probing what available might now mean in relation to LeBron James. Media narratives instantly shifted from "Can the Lakers turn it around?" to "When and how does LeBron leave? And who will Jeanie Buss blame next?" The franchise's credibility, its allure as a destination, and its season were all incinerated in the span of a single Christmas game and a 20-second audio clip. They weren't just losing games, they were losing their status as a sovereign kingdom, becoming a laughingstock and a cautionary tale.
Definitely feel new for sure.
Been like for you just mentally, physically part as you ramp up for historic.
Yeah, it's just been kind of the same revolving door, just repetition, rehabbing. Just trying to get back to where I feel like myself again. It's great to be out here today.
How are you feeling at this point after kind of going forward?
Faced with an existential crisis, the Lakers' response was a desperate two-tiered strategy: public gaslighting and private triage. Publicly, the gaslighting campaign. Within 24 hours, a coordinated message flooded supportive media channels. The official line, pushed by team sources, was that Jeanie Buss's comments were taken out of context and reflected the raw emotion of a passionate owner after a tough loss, not her true feelings. They painted the leak as a malicious act by a mysterious bad actor trying to destroy the franchise. Simultaneously, a secondary narrative was seeded, focusing on Luka Dončić's disrespectful crown gesture, attempting to pivot public sympathy toward LeBron as a disrespected elder statesman. It was a classic attempt to muddy the waters, to replace a clear, damning recording with a cloud of alternative explanations. Privately, the triage meetings. Behind closed doors, emergency summits were held. According to sources, Jeanie Buss was forced into a series of direct, uncomfortable conversations with LeBron James and his agent, Rich Paul. The goal was not reconciliation, that ship had sailed with the leaked audio, but damage limitation. The discussions reportedly centered on crafting a temporary, professional truce to get through the season without further nuclear leaks or a total locker room mutiny. Terms like mutual respect and professional conduct were emphasized, but the underlying trust was obliterated. They were no longer partners building a future. They were corporate adversaries negotiating a severance package in slow motion with 40 more games left on the contract. This disconnect between the public fiction and private reality created a surreal, fractured atmosphere. Everyone in the organization was now acting in a play where the script said unity, but all the actors had read the real review. The show was a disaster, the lead had been denounced by the producer, and the audience was watching